Hey there, Variety here. Welcome to today's video in which we're going to be doing the Spider Queen Raid Guide challenge mode for Tarisland. I do apologize, this video was a little bit behind. Unfortunately, due to my computer issues, I didn't get the recording and I had to get it from my healer, and there was a lot of other stuff going on. So today's video is going to be from the healer pulp, so it's going to be a little bit weird, but I'm going to do the best that I can. On top of that, as this was our first clear video, it's very possible there are better strategies out there to, beat this. It's true that still most teams haven't beaten this raid. It is extremely difficult, but there may be better methods to do the start, for example. So don't look at this video and say, this is the best way, we must do it this way, right? Look at it as a template and try to be like, well, how can we improve this or adapt this to our team comp to successfully beat the challenge raid? Okay, so let's get to it. So before we start the video, let's talk a little bit about the strategy that we use on the first platform. So the particular strategies that we were using at the time is that there are 4 sets of eggs. There are south, north, east, and west. The method that we did is we would send a tank down to the bottom at the south end away from the boss to immediately crack the 2 eggs. Once you crack the 2 eggs, you would pull it north to the boss, and that's where the DPS was standing, kind of in the middle, not exactly on the middle. It's important you're not exactly on the middle. And they would kill the ads from a distance. Once you've done this, the boss will be about ready to need to be taunted by the tank that pulled the eggs, from the south. So the tank will run in front of the green eggs to the northwest section, right? This is not completely necessary. You don't need to break the green eggs, but it helps because sometimes your DPS walk into it. Typical DPS. As soon as the tank taunts, the other tank grabs the eggs on the west, and then after the pushback, they get pushed east to grab the eggs on the east. Once the east eggs are done, you want to push her to 70%, and then while she's phasing, you want everybody to run north and crack their eggs and help break the last 2. It just makes it easier and allows people to group up, and then you can decide, you can look at your colors and see which angle that you need to go down. Okay, so we're going to play the video through, and I'll talk through it, and we'll stop again at the part where she goes up the webs. Okay, you can see the ads running up the middle. That is me pulling the ads from the south end, and the tank just cleared the green eggs at the top of the web. They're going to kill the ads, and as soon as the taunt happens, I'm going to pull the boss, and then I'm going to pull the boss. When I have the boss, the other tank is going to go to the left side and break the black eggs. Here, we do kill the white egg because it is a little bit annoying with having both of them pull you, but you don't need to kill both. We just kill one to get extra DPS on the boss. So right now, it's going to get ready to teleport to the middle, and we use this to our advantage. So the tank is pulling the ads over so we can kill the ads right now. Primarily, though, most of the range DPS is on the boss, and just like melee DPS are hitting the ads for something to do, because you can't go near the boss when it's doing that purple thing, otherwise it takes a lot of damage. So here, the boss is going to push us back, so you'll notice that we're all running to the back of the spider. It always does the pushback after the purple, so it's very clear what's happening. You saw that the other tank got pushed over to the right. He did that on purpose to grab the eggs. Now he's pushing the eggs over so we can kill the ads as we're pushing the phase. We're about to push this phase. I can't hear the audio right now, but likely calling not to kill the queen yet. Because if you push it too fast, it's not good. So now we're going to push her at the same time as crack the eggs up the top, and we're going to kill the ads here. This allows us to see the colors above our head. It gives us all more time to figure out where we're going because we're all near the north side, which is where the webs come up. Okay, so here the boss is going to run up the middle and drop a dot on the ground, which slows you down, so you need to dodge it. Make sure you do damage on the boss at this point, otherwise you will not have enough damage to clear the raid. As soon as you get up the top, the tank is going to break the first black egg immediately. The DPS are going to get on it, and you're going to kill 2 eggs straight away. Ideally, what you need to do is that as soon as the spider does its next mechanic, it's going to jump up in the air and summon 2 extra green spiders. As it goes to start the animation, you want to crack the 3rd egg and break the 3rd egg before the green monsters come out. So you'll see the 3rd egg getting cracked now. A little bit too early, but that's okay. See how she teleports? All this time right now, free damage on the 3rd egg. They're a little bit slow on this side. I'm on the other platform. So here are the green ads. You need to make sure that you don't stand behind them because they always drop a black egg as soon as they spawn. So ideally, all you need to do is kill them before they drop a second black egg. If they drop a second black egg, you're in trouble. Okay, so now you run around and you kill the black eggs. Make sure you don't spawn them too quickly because the black eggs aren't doing damage to you necessarily. They're doing a bunch of damage to your allies. So if you crack too many eggs too quickly, your ally side dies and they rage at you from the other platform. Okay, so we're going to go back into the boss. You'll see that there's one black egg. Ideally, at this point, you'll have one black egg standing over there. Right now, it's just doing basically some of the same mechanics. It's going to do the white web again. At this point, you need to make sure that you kill the white web quickly because it is playing havoc on your ally team on the other side. Everything else is just kind of AoE. Please keep in mind that the mechanics on the other platform are different, and I will put them in the spreadsheet because unfortunately, I don't have that point of view right now. We've summoned the last egg. I don't know if I necessarily would have done it then, but hey, he's done it a little bit early. Kill it, and now we have the two greens. As long as nobody stands on it, killing the black egg, this should be pretty clean. Somebody stood on it a little bit early, but that's okay. We compensate. We've been in here for a few hours at this point, so we have, the ability to compensate in battle. So right now, you would have extra time to kill them in here. So if you have any black eggs, always try to clear them out while she's up in the air shooting the goop at people. Just as I did mention earlier, be careful doing them too quickly because it will wipe your ally team. Okay, so she's going to come back down. She's going to do some more of her mechanics. On the other platform, she has a pushback. Really need to look out for that one. Okay, another white egg. You want to break the white egg. We were messing around with the idea of not breaking the white egg, but we ended up pushing the spider at the same time to the last phase, so we didn't end up doing it. We killed both white eggs on our main kill. When you're leaving this platform, though, you want to make sure all the black eggs are dead. It's rather important. Okay, after much searching, I finally done it. I found a video that was recorded from the elite version going up the purple side. So we're going to go up the right platform and we're going to show you what it's like up here. The only main difference you're going to notice here is probably the damage difference coming out of the ads in the boss and the wind. We're not going to have the wind pulling us towards the middle because that's what the challenge mechanic is. But despite that, everything else should be the same as what you experience on challenge. So this is elite mode. So we do this a little bit differently, but I believe that we crack the eggs in pretty much the same order. However, we do everything slower because the DPS check isn't as severe. So we're going to crack 2 eggs, and I'm hoping that we crack a 3rd egg here, but I will see in a moment if it actually happens. As you can see, the damage is a lot lower in the elite, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to crack the 3rd egg as she goes into her upper immune form. We're still making a lot of mistakes at this point. We may stand on a green egg, but it looks like we don't. A black egg, apologies, out of a green mob. Alright, so you're gonna notice in the middle that the mechanics she uses on this platform are a little bit different. Eventually, we ended up putting a marker down here because I had done it so many times, I was getting confused as to which platform was which. And basically what you do is you put a marker on one side of the map and you pull the spider over there, and then you run behind the spider to get pushed back. You don't want to get pushed back into the eggs or pushed back off the edge. Every other mechanic is pretty straightforward. You're going to see her summon white eggs. You're going to know, here's the white egg, I believe is coming up now. It's very obvious, right? You can see that thing on the ground. But with the pushback, it's rather, not only is it quick, but if she's not pre-positioned, you're in trouble. Okay, she's going to do the purple AoE. I believe she's going to do the knockback next. This is the main thing that I wanted to show you with this part of the video. Pull the boss off the center and then do it. Don't stand in the center. I think we're doing the center here, but we learned not to do this. Yeah, see how she pushed us right to the edge? That's why we ended up putting a marker on the side and pulling it to the side. So we had, 80% of the arena to get pushed into rather than being exactly in the middle. After that, though, she's basically going to do the same mechanics. Going to summon more eggs, going to summon more mobs, you kill them. And eventually she's going to put down the web and it's going to allow you to climb up to the next platform. So we'll cut forward to the part in which we're running up to the last platform on the Challenger raid. Okay, so this was our really good run because both the spiders come up the web at the same time. It's easy to say, hey, will make one of the spiders come up late and a little slower. If you do that, you won't meet the DPS check. Both the spiders need to come up at similar times. Now, if you look at the party over on the other web, that's actually my party, you're going to notice that we're going to turn on the eggs immediately. So one of the eggs is on the left, and the party up the top is going to go for the eggs on the right. The reason, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to wipe out all the black eggs until you have 2 or 3 of them left, and you want them grouped together. See at the top of the screen right now, see those 4? You want 3 there. We mess up and we leave one on the other side, but we adapt and we fix it. See those 2 there? We didn't want those 2. Okay, so we're clearing the black eggs before she does anything. Now all of our team members are combined, so we're super powered. We're bringing the full team's DPS on the green ad, so even though there's 3 of them, there's 10 of us. So we'll wipe them out pretty quickly. It's really important that you crack the eggs here, but not too quickly, because they do a lot of damage to the tanks. Fortunately though, they're not spitting at your allies on the other platform because they're not on the other platform. So it's actually a little bit easier to deal with them. Okay, so right now we're just going to keep clearing eggs. We're going to keep healing and dodging the purple. And we're calling out right now how many black eggs there are on the platform. We want to make sure that there isn't too many of them. You'll see me down the south end of the screen kind of hesitating to grab the egg. I wanted to make sure people were ready for it. You know, this was our really good run, so I didn't want to mess it up. You'll see the epic heals coming out from the priest. It's actually really dirty AoE. Okay, there's the green egg, the green swipe. Be sure that doesn't hit the black eggs because it will crack them. You'll see there's pretty much the same mechanics here, right? Like as earlier, here comes the 2 white eggs. The call here, I believe, was to completely ignore them and just out-heal them because everybody's together. They do pull you around, but as long as you don't get pulled into them, you should be a-okay. Really good that we didn't kill these because we wouldn't have had the DPS had we killed the white eggs. It was really that tight. So we're going to all get out of the purple. So here we're pulling away from the boss and getting pulled in from the eggs because we can't get too close. Alright, eggs are gone. I believe now the pushback's going to happen, so you need to get behind her. Make sure that the boss isn't exactly in the middle because many people always get pushed off the edge, right? Pull her to one side and then stand behind her. It makes it easier. You'll see that the eggs got cracked. We're finishing the black eggs now, so they don't wipe us right at the end. Here comes down more ads. You'll see the timing to kill the black eggs is right before she summons the green ads every time. You want to squeeze in that 5 to 10 seconds. It's huge. Okay, we're killing the last green. We're cracking the black eggs while we're doing it because we know we can. Okay, so now she's up in the air and we know she's going into enrage. So we're kind of a little panicked at this point because it was our first clear. Over there, I'm standing underneath her. I'm using all my defensives. Unfortunately, I didn't have cheat death, but I used everything else and I survived a hit. But then watch the damage what happens to me in the other tank right now. Boom, boom, boom. The rage is very, very serious. Anyway, that's it for today's challenge video. Thanks for watching.